So, I want to talk about some stuff here because I'm a little irritated with myself primarily because I basically let a bunch of books pile up that I've been like, oh, I'll review that. And it's the Alien series, specifically the current Titan books canon of Alien books. I've allowed them just to pile up for the last few years, and I've slowly gone through them. I think I'm like 4 years behind. Last one of these I read was Prototype because I decided back when I reviewed that I was just going to read them in publication order. See, Phalanx is 2020, so you're going on 5 years behind. But I did make an exception last year, and I read Uncivil War, which came out right around the time Romulus came out, and I thought it was excellent. And I'm like, it gave me hope. I'm like, okay, that's just a standalone story. It doesn't really have any continuity with other stuff. It's really a sequel to Alien Resurrection. Cool. Not like direct sequel, but it that's the thing it references. It's that part of the timeline. It's not really touched ever. I'm like, I can read other Alien books. They must be going for like it's like standalone continuity books. Like they're just going to be spaced out in the timeline. And I start Alien Seventh Circle. It came out Tuesday by Philippa Ballantine, and right halfway through chapter one, I'm like, I've missed stuff. And so I go on Xenopedia, that's the Alien Wiki, and it says direct sequel to Inferno's Fall, also by Philippa Ballantine. And I'm like, okay. So I power read through this over the next 2 days, and I'm still confused, right? Because I haven't read anything since Prototype, and Prototype came out in 2019. So, like, I have not read anything from the pandemic and post-pandemic books. I have not read any of them. I've not really read any of these, like, oversized paperback books. But I was aware of this and Colony War because they're based off of RPG supplements, and they came out the same year. In fact, Titan Books was giving away Colony War. They were trying to get everyone to read this thing. And I knew that some of these were bad. And I mean, like, universally panned. And a lot of these were tie-ins. And a lot of them were really weird. Like, Phalanx, which is actually a book I started in October and then just abandoned because I didn't have enough time. So I read through Inferno's Fall, confused, and I start reading Seventh Circle again today. I get about 5 chapters in, and it is blatantly referencing things that I know about because of going through the wiki, right? Like, I know kind of what happens in this book and in this book, but I've never read them. And I say, okay, because I attempted to make a review for this. It was 30 minutes long and pretty much unwatchable, and I'm not going to release that to you. We don't need a review that's the length of when I read a Martin Caidin book. That's not fair on anyone, and I feel guilty doing this to Philippa Ballantine, which I do. There are genuine criticisms I have about this book, but they're going to have to wait. I decided today, instead of releasing another Inferno's Fall review, I'm going to wait. And I'm going to go through all the novels in publication order that I have not read for Alien/Aliens, because some of these are called Aliens, like Phalanx, or Infiltrator. You know, I don't know if I'll read all of them. I went through and I found a kind of list of, they call it the motion picture continuity kind of, that I'm paraphrasing. There is a list on Audible of what books they mix the Alien. Sorry, that is my ice maker making horrible noises right now. Anyway, I need to. They made a list, and certain books weren't on there. Obviously, William Gibson's script for Alien 3 is not on there, because that's not canon. Although they take some things from this, and they've now put it in the main canon, which is kind of cool. Vasquez wasn't on there, and neither was Bishop. Because they really deal with stuff that happens within movies. So I think that's why those two weren't on there. I will probably skip this for right now. I do intend to read that. In fact, that's out of all these, that one's I'm really interested in, because I read the comic adaptation and I've listened to the audio drama, which I think is superb. But like, there's a lot of these. Like, I remember, like, Inferno's Fall and Colony War were completely overshadowed by Vasquez coming out. Bishop feels like a sleeper, like no one talked about this when it came out. Then we got things like Enemy of My Enemy, which I know nothing about except for I think it too is a RPG supplement. And I've not played Free League's Alien RPG. I don't even think that Free League has the rights to make it anymore, which sucks. A lot of those books are out of print. I read the Player's Handbook when it came out. Like, I picked it up, and I thought it was a really interesting mechanic. I just don't have a gaming group right now. Otherwise, I was actually talking with the Revenist, Marcel, who does the Walking Without Rhythm podcast, and we were talking possibly doing like a gaming group through StreamYard and streaming it on YouTube in the future, probably this summer. Trying to get some of my old gaming guys from back in high school and just like do a mix of stuff. But that wasn't a serious talk, but like, if I'm going to do that, because I'll end up being the game master, I need to be aware of what's going on in these, right? And I need to know what's going on with the continuity, despite disliking a good chunk of the new continuity. There's enough of it that I don't mind, that like I should give this a chance. And I feel like I can't be fair to this book without knowing some of the continuity, because there could be certain things that Philippa Ballantine has to put in the book that are from other authors, and they're other authors' faults, and I need to not do that. Because, I mean, like, Zula Hendricks is in this book. That's not her character. That's a Brian Wood character. You know? And I may read some of the comics. There really aren't that many comics in comparison to all these flippin' novels. And I do plan to also go back and read the vintage stuff from, like, Del Rey and Dark Horse. That stuff. That's still on the table, but that probably won't happen until late this year. So I want to focus on this stuff, and I'm going to try to power through all this, not all in a row. That's not possible with my podcasts, but I think it'll be alien heavy on the channel for a while, for the next few months. And you know what? I'm okay with that. That's something I've wanted to do for a while, so I'm probably going to today start Phalanx, which is right here because I've already started it. Get through that. And I will work my way up to Seventh Circle. In July, there's another Alien book coming out that I don't know the title of, and my goal is to be able to review that when it comes out. I'm sorry I can't do that with Seventh Circle. There is too much continuity I need to know. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen, but I need to be aware of enough of this to make sense of what's going on. Because Seventh Circle, in particular, I was very much enjoying, except for I just kept getting confused. So I'm really hoping I still remain with that. I'll probably reread Inferno's Fall, because I won't remember stuff, because, I mean, I know I could technically skip Phalanx, because it happens before Alien. But I don't want to. I'm tired of skipping, like, this stuff. And I'm already going to be skipping Alien 3 in the short, William Gibson script in the short term. I'm not happy about that, but, you know, you got to make sacrifices. And the irony is, I have almost all these on Audible. I pre-ordered most of these. and I just have never listened to them. So that's a shame on me thing. And I'm going to rectify that. So please bear with me while I go through this stuff. So, and don't worry, I'm still going to be going through Walking Without Rhythm and King of Our Nightmares and getting those done. Those are close to done now, and specifically King of Our Nightmares, most of those books are short. So, what will probably happen now... so, tomorrow, you're going to get an Indiana Jones review of Max McCoy's first novel, Indiana Jones the Philosopher's Stone. Since I couldn't get an Alien review out, I'm like, okay, let's give you a Max McCoy book. And that will be recorded. I'll probably be still wearing this. That'll be a fresh review. Potentially, there'll be another Indiana Jones review next week on Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, the Marvel Comics. Which will probably come out Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which. I don't know if I want to have 3 reviews a week yet. Especially with, like, I'm editing podcast episodes right now. I've got the Punisher stuff coming out on Tuesdays, so that might bump to Wednesdays. And there's going to be a bunch of those coming out. And then we're going to shift back, like I said in my 2025 update. We're going to shift back to reviews when I had Big Beard. They're going to be all over the place. They're just reviews that I lost. Like, I didn't file them properly. Some of them were just left on my phone. So, like, there's a Highlander review. There's I'm not sure. There's Predator versus Wolverine. That's in there. So we're still going to be in the same area. And that'll give me time to get through some of these and get stuff taken care of. So don't worry. You're still going to get stuff. And I think there's even a Star Wars review in there. So don't fret. We're going to get through this. And honestly, this will probably be cleared up by April. I think, at the latest. We'll be caught up on all these Alien novels. So thank you for being loyal viewers and subscribers and just being good people. I appreciate you all. And your patience with me. I know I took like a several month break, and so I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things with school starting next week. I'm just trying to be transparent with you on what's going on and what content you're going to be seeing mostly in the next couple months. So anyway, have a good one.